Hello friends, I have received road rashes uh, risers, stem risers for my Interceptor. Today I will try to fix it. The purchasing process has been really smooth. I contacted him via WhatsApp and it took me 5 minutes. I paid him through WhatsApp and he promptly delivered it to me. I think I ordered it only day before yesterday. So it took only 1 day for it to reach till here in Chennai. So I just opened the parcel and it seems like he has packed it well. So far so good. The reason why I chose this over full stems or full risers is because this is an add-on. I'll tell you what it is about when I'm installing it. See, I really don't want to remove something from my bike, keep it aside and then try to safeguard it. That's a nuisance. This is an add-on, which means that I don't have to take anything away from my bike. I just put this on. This is just a retrofitment on what is already there. So there is another packet inside and the product seems to be fairly well made and the fasteners are given separately. So let me open it and try to install it. So to remove the handlebar, I am going to loosen all these 4 Allen bolts and remove this clamp and take this handlebar out and either put it on the tank or put it on the other side, whichever is convenient. Okay, and the reason why I have padded the tank is so that I don't cause any scratches or dents. So it takes a 6 mm Allen key to remove it. So if you notice, I have removed the top part of this clamp and this is exposed. Now I have to install this and then on top of it I have to install the handlebar and then those clamps. Even though this razor is not the ideal solution for the problem, I like it because it is an add-on. If I got another riser, totally new riser, I have to save this. I have to hold on to this piece here and I have to hold on to it till I die or the bike dies, and I don't like that. I want to have less things. So the good thing about this riser is that you just add it on to the bike and you have nothing to take care of inside your house. So you see how I have fixed it. There is an Allen bolt here, there is an Allen bolt here, there is an Allen bolt here, and then there is an Allen bolt here. Okay, now I have just finger tightened it just to make sure that it sits, and it sits reasonably well. So the next thing I'll do is tighten it with my Allen key and my spanner. So let's see how the fit is now. Okay, it's not bad at all. Okay, good. Now let's see how it has. Hey, it's reasonably good. Hey, it's much better than the other products I've seen in the market. I'm not saying this because I bought it. Hey, I was prepared for some degree of misalignment, but you see this half round, it sits very well in the place where it is supposed to sit. I've seen some products in the market that are misaligned, but it will still work as long as these bolts are tightened and there is some amount of holding here. It will still work but it doesn't inspire confidence. But this, it seems to sit well. Let's see the other side. So I have brought the handlebar to this side and I have fixed them, not really tight, but tight enough that they don't shake, because I want to see if these two are aligned properly so that it can accommodate the straight handlebar. I am sure they are, but I just want to be sure from my end. So now I have kept it here and yeah, it is straight. Now I have to remove it again and tighten those 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay friends, I have hit a small problem, and that is that this nut is not catching on to this riser. I think it's because of the powder coating thickness, but I can make it catch by putting some pressure on it, but that's the only thing that I can say something, criticize this about. Okay friends, so I have tightened this just enough so that I can still adjust the handlebar. Now I am going to sit on the bike and see which position is comfortable for me and then try to lock it there. So now I have come across 2 more problems. This wire, I think it's the brake switch wire, I think. I had to disconnect it and I had to remove the cable tie here, and this bar is so close to this bolt, I can't get my Allen key into it properly. So now I'm going to loosen this bar and move it up and then tighten this. So all these things I'm learning, which is good. Okay, now I have removed this bar with a 5 mm Allen key, and now I can get to this. So what I've tried to do is tighten it in such a way that the gap here is the same as the gap here, right? Like the gap here is the same as the gap here. So I've tried to do that, and for that I had to remove this. I'll re-tighten it. I'll re-fasten it rather, like so. The next thing to deal with is this extremely tight accelerator cable. Okay, this brake light switch I somehow managed by rerouting, by adjusting the wires here, right? Now this accelerator cable is too tight, especially when I try to turn the handlebar on the other side, which I don't want to do. I can already feel it. So I think it has to come on the outside rather than the inside. So, and I can't remove this because it's already tight without removing the handlebar, which I just put with a great amount of effort. So I'm going to try and open this and see if I can get the accelerator cables out. Okay, so here this is the accelerator cable that pulls, and I have to get it out first. But I see that when I fully close the accelerator cable, I'm getting some slack, but this is fully adjusted, so I can't do anything about it. So I'm going to try and see if I can gain some more advantage by moving this up so that I can remove that cable. This is the main accelerator cable and that is the return cable. So let's see. So with a number 8 spanner, I loosened this lock nut and this adjusting grommet. Now let's see the status of this. Oh, nice. Now I have a little bit more play. Now I'll see if I can finagle it out. Okay, so that didn't work. So I'm gonna loosen this nut over here to get this out, and then try and take out the accelerator cable. So now I have loosened this nut and I have to take this out somehow or the other. I'll see how I can do it. Okay friends, so I have come to the conclusion that for me to remove the accelerator cable, I have to remove this mounting plate, which means that I have to remove this screw, this screw, this screw and this screw. And then once it comes out, I can take out the accelerator cable. So this was proving to be too complicated. So I decided to attack the problem from this side. Okay, now I have managed to bring out the accelerator cables. It's not pulling on anything anymore. Now all I have to do is just put this back. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so I managed to do that. Now it's just a matter of putting this back, this yoke, back into position. Okay friends, now it is time to cover that up. Cover this up and adjust all these things to their original position, and I'll not bore you with that, but I'll show you the end product. So okay friends, there it is. It was a lot of work. It's not, hey, when you do your own work on your bike, you start to appreciate how much work the mechanics do, right? Because especially in modern day bikes, when you want to gain access to something, you have to remove so many other things and put them all back, and it's a lot of work for us, the owners. It may seem like, hey, why are you charging me for such a small little job? But when you actually do it, you start to appreciate the kind of work mechanics do. So anyway, here it is. I feel comfortable. The next thing to do is, hey, I can even sit backwards a little bit, not so back, but maybe if I get another half an inch or 1 inch of forward movement in the pedal, I'll be really comfortable. So okay, the risers are installed and I'm so happy. Even though it was a lot of work, I'm so happy that I did it. I love to work on my motorbike. Now I'm connected to my motorbike. I know which screws are tight, which screws are loose. I just love it. So I want to check that everything works. The next thing is to clean my bike because I touched it with dirty hands. So to sum it all up, the things that I learned, if I had to do it again, I would first keep the handlebar on the tank and not here. That is point number 1. Point number 2 is I will remove this yoke to reroute. There will be a lot of rerouting needed once you put the lifter or the riser, and the best thing to do is to remove this yoke, remove this headlight and disconnect this front brake switch wire and adjust everything, and that's it. These are the important learning points for me. So if you are doing it, don't make the mistakes I made. But it's a lot of fun making those mistakes.